Welcome to the Built to Scale series Outside Marketing, bringing you quick, actionable episodes to help move your business forward. Here's your host, Craig Severinson.
What is up, everybody, and welcome to episode 26 of Outside Marketing, the show where we answer the question, how do you grow a thriving business without sacrificing your personal life? I, of course, am Craig Severinson, and if you're enjoying this, please check out builttoscalehq.com. That is where the full podcast lives, Built to Scale. That's also where you can get resources, support, and even find out how you can work with me to implement the right foundations and systems in your business to grow. So today I want to talk about taking daily action to create meaningful growth in your business. And really what we're talking about, two things, goal setting and implementation. And I really have been trying to ask myself the question, how do we take this to the next level? Because I think I could get on here and I could talk to you about, hey, here are like the 5 steps for setting goals and for getting meaningful growth, which I think is it's got its place. That's great. But like that's information that we get everywhere. I think that there are lots of different strategies, lots of different tactics. And yes, I'll share with you what I do, but I really wanted to say something deeper here. I wanted to go a little bit more into why this is so important. And I kind of struggled. If I'm being honest, I kind of struggled to think about why do I want to talk this? Why is this on my mind, right? And I think first of all, why is it on my mind? Is because I was a Sunday night. I was like, man, what am I going to talk about tomorrow on the show? Right? It was on my mind, and I thought, man, I wish I had some more meaningful goals that I was working on currently. I was like, well, that's a weird thought. What what's causing that? And so I started looking at what I was, and the truth of the matter is I just hadn't been looking at my goals lately because I have meaningful goals. I just haven't been looking at them lately because life has been so busy, right? And so I went back and I revisited them and I thought about them and I reconnected with them. And this is kind of the realization I had, right? Is that I think oftentimes as a business owner, we get bogged down in the day-to-day stuff that we just have to do, right? Like there's clients to service, there's bills to pay, there's emails to read, there's stuff we have to do. And it's really easy to get sucked into that and focus on that and lose sight of the bigger picture. And a good goal, like meaningful goals, will help you to stay focused on the track where you want to go. How many business owners do you know, and maybe this is even you, have woken up and looked back and said, holy cow, how did I get here? This is not what I wanted. I'm miserable. I'm not doing what I want to do. I don't have the right clients or whatever it is. It's way too many business owners. So what happened is that they let the rising tide take them where the tide was going, right? I hear this all the time, especially with entrepreneurs who are just starting their business, but they're super connected, right? They've got big networks. They'll come to me, they'll say, Craig, man, I really want to get clients. But when I started my business, it all just kind of happened. Had a great network. Clients came to me, and now I'm not sure how to go out and get clients, and I'm not sure why I'm doing the things I'm doing. And so I call it the rising tide syndrome because like the tide came in, they were really successful. It took them where they were, on a nice little ride. But then what happens with the tide after it comes in? It goes out, right? And the thing about a rising tide is that if you are not controlling where you're going, the tide takes you wherever it goes and then leaves you wherever it leaves you, right? And so a meaningful goal, real goals, not just like this practice of, oh, I'm going to put some numbers on a piece of paper, but really connecting with this is what I want to accomplish is going to make sure that when that tide comes in, yeah, the boat's going to go up. But you know what? You're going to direct yourself where you want to go as well and really get to that point that you want to be at, right? So let's be really specific. You'll have the time that you want to spend doing the things that you love. You'll have the money that you want to make to meet your needs and beyond. And you'll have the freedom to have an impact on the world, right? Time, money, impact. We have those things. I think that is true 100% freedom. So, how do we set meaningful goals in the first place. So if we rewind from, we're getting to daily actions. If we rewind and say, how do we first set meaningful goals? The first step is to start with your vision. Really, what are you trying to accomplish? What is motivating you in your business? What is motivating you in life to take action? Right. And, for me, family's a big thing, right? Like I want to spend more time with my family. I want to have the money to support my family and give them opportunities. I want to travel with my family, right? Those are really big motivators for me. Those are really at the core of what I do. But there's also other things that really motivate me, of being generous, of helping people, of making a difference, not just in terms of charity. Yes, charity is important, but also that my entire business is set up to support, motivate, encourage, get people to build their businesses. And so when that vision starts coming together of personal freedom, a business that makes a difference in people's lives, and the financial ability to give to charity, to make a difference in the world, when those three things come together, I get a really powerful vision of who I want to be and what I want to accomplish in my business. And that gives me the motivation to move forward day after day after day. There's the meaningful goal, right? When you've got that meaningful goal, then the daily implementation gets easier. Now, here's the thing that I've said a million times is that results come in implementation. If you don't implement, you don't get the results. So a meaningful goal is so important so that that day after day where you're showing up and you're doing the same things and it gets to be a slog and it gets to be boring and it's not the thing that you want to do, you've got that motivation to show up day after day after day. This is also, by the way, second point, why I'm constantly talking about systems. Because if you can view your business as a system, number one, systems give you a baseline to improve upon and to say this is our standard, right? So if like sales, right? If you're struggling with sales to make convert people, most entrepreneurs will show up and be like, okay, I'm going to work hard on my sales today or this week or this month, and we'll get some in, and then they go back to doing what they were doing, and the business starts to slide backwards again. So it creates this like dip type of business model where it's like we're good and then we're not, and then we're good and then we're not, and up and down and up and down. And it's like being on a treadmill. You're not really getting anywhere, right? Versus you view that as a system. Here's our standards that we always implement. That suddenly gives you a baseline to move forward from and gets rid of, there's still kind of ups and downs of business. That's the way it goes. But now you can start moving forward and upwards at the same time, right? So thinking in systems, one gives you that baseline, that framework, that this is our standard for excellence, but it also gives you the daily implementation that will get your results that you want, right? Like if we stick with sales again, well, let me say this: making money and growing a business can be boring because it's all about doing same things in the right way every time, right? Building a highly successful business can be really boring because now we're doing that same thing on scale, and that is good because that brings stability to your business, right? And by thinking about it in systems and connecting to your meaningful goal, then all that starts to be fulfilling, to really connect with you on a visceral level, right? And the other thing is that if you've got systems so that you've got that daily implementation to reach your goal, then you can start outsourcing those systems to other people. And there's ROI, right? It's not just like hire and pray, oh, holy cow, I hope this works. No, there's ROI, so we can start hiring people out. And then you, as the entrepreneur, can start focusing on those things that really matter to you, that really bring out your energy. Like for me, I love videos like this. I love doing podcasts. I love speaking. So the more that I can systemize the other things in my business, then the more I can do the things that I love to do that are in my zone of genius. That's why all this is so important. But okay, so bottom line, create meaningful goals, plan around that, and then translate that into daily action. If you can systemize the daily action, then that will get you to your goal a lot faster. That's how we're bottom lining this whole conversation. Meaningful goals, planning, daily action and systems to get to that goal. All right, that's what I got for you today. Love to hear your thoughts. What are the daily actions you're taking in order to reach the goals that you want to reach? And until next time, take some fast focus, imperfect action. I believe in you. I got your back. Talk soon, guys. See ya.
Thanks for joining us. To check out all the Built to Scale episodes and to see how Craig can help you in your business, go to builttoscalehq.com.